Question number 141. Non-membrane bound cell organelles found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells are dash. Option 1 mitochondria, option 2 lysosomes, option 3 centrosomes, option 4 ribosomes, and that is the answer. Because they are present in both prokaryotes also and eukaryotes also, and they are non-membrane bound. 142. Choose the correct statement regarding gift, GIFT, to overcome infertility. Option 1. Ova collected from a female donor are transferred to the uterus of an infertile female. Option 2. Early embryos with up to 8 blastomeres are transferred into the fallopian tube of an infertile female. Option 3. It is the transfer of an ovum collected from a donor into the fallopian tube of another female who cannot produce ovum but can provide suitable environment for fertilization and development. That seems to be the correct answer. Option 3. Option 4. Early embryos with up to 8 blastomeres are transferred to the uterus of an infertile female. No. Answer is option 3. Question number 143. Choose the correct statements regarding muscle contraction. Option A. A motor neuron carries a signal sent by central nervous system to the sarcolemma of muscle fiber. That is a correct statement. Next statement B. The neural signal generates an action potential which causes the release of calcium into sarcoplasm. This is also correct. Option C. Increase in calcium ions inactivates actin for breaking cross bridges. That is wrong. Option D. Actin binds to the myosin head to form a cross bridge. That is correct. E. Shortening of sarcomere takes place by pulling actin filaments towards the center of A band. That is also correct. So the answer here is in the options given. Option 2 is the answer with A, B, D and E correct statements. They are the correct statements except option C. Number 144. Insertion of a foreign DNA at the BAM-H1 site in an E. coli cloning vector PBR322 results in the loss of antibiotic resistance towards which of the following? Option 1, ampicillin and tetracycline. Option 2, tetracycline. Option 3, ampicillin. Option 4, gentamicin. Now this figure I have taken from NCERT. Figure of this PBR322. Here you can see this is the BAM-H1 site. So if there is one antibiotic resistance, it is only towards tetracycline. So if you are inserting one foreign gene in this place, that means what will E. coli lose? E. coli will lose resistance towards only tetracycline because ampicillin is here. So it doesn't lose resistance towards ampicillin, but it loses resistance towards tetracycline. So the answer is option 2, tetracycline. Transmitters in a synapse are present on dash. Option 1, post-synaptic membrane. Option 2, presynaptic membrane. Option 3, myelin sheath. Option 4, Schwann cell. Now, if there is one neuron here, this is a nerve ending, and there is another neuron here. So this area is called synapse. and there are neurotransmitters inside this. These are the neurotransmitters, which means that after synapse, whatever membrane is there, the dendrites, membrane, everything, they all fall under postsynaptic membrane. So the answer is option 1, postsynaptic membrane. And 46, which of the following statements are correct with reference to human endoskeleton? Option A, human skull is monocondylic. That is wrong. It is dicondylic. 2 condyles will be there. B, the joint between any 2 adjoining vertebrae is a cartilaginous joint. That is correct. C, in human being, the number of cervical vertebrae is 7. That is also correct. D, all ribs except the last 2 pairs are bicephalic. That is wrong. All the ribs are bicephalic. Bicephalic means, you can see the figure here, it has 2 heads. And with these 2 heads only, they join the vertebrae at the back. In front, they may or may not attach with the sternum. So that's why they are called bicephalic. So all are bicephalic, not except. So that is wrong. E, the occipital bone of skull is articulated with atlas vertebrae. That is correct. So inside this, B, C and E are correct. Which option says that? Option 1. So option 1 is the correct answer. Question number 147. The human protein named alpha-1 antitrypsin obtained from transgenic animals is used for the treatment of dash. Options are Alzheimer's disease, option 2 emphysema, option 3 cystic fibrosis, option 4 rheumatoid arthritis, and the answer is option 2 emphysema. Question number 148. Select the incorrect statements with reference to Rh grouping. A. Erythroblastosis fetalis is a condition observed having fetus with Rh negative blood and mother with Rh positive blood. That is wrong. Option B, Rh antigen is observed on RBCs in majority of human beings. That is correct. Option C, before blood transfusion, Rh group should also be matched. That is correct. Option D, Rh incompatibility is observed when a pregnant mother is Rh negative and the fetus is Rh positive. And that is correct. Option E, erythroblastosis fetalis can be avoided by administering anti-Rh antibodies to the mother immediately after the delivery of the second child. That is wrong. It is immediately after the delivery of first child. So what is the question? Question is to select the incorrect statements. So which are the incorrect statements? A is incorrect. E is also incorrect. So the answer is option 3, A and E only. Question number 149. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 shows all the drugs. List 2 shows their effect. So A, nicotine, Nicotine, which of the following will match? Nicotine will stimulate the adrenal gland to release catecholamines into blood circulation. In the NCERT, they have written about the effect of adrenal gland when you are taking nicotine. B, morphine. Morphine is a painkiller, so it's an effective sedative and painkiller. C is heroin. Heroin is a depressant. It slows down the body function. And cocaine. Cocaine causes a sense of euphoria and increased energy. So all these answers will come in the option 1. So that is the correct. A2, B3, C4 and D1. So that's the answer. Question number 150. Match list 1 with list 2 that is related to muscular or skeletal system. A. Tetany. Tetany, it is wild contraction in the muscles due to low calcium ions in the body fluid. B. Arthritis, that is inflammation of joints. And C is myasthenia gravis, is autoimmune disorder affecting the neuromuscular junction. And the last D is muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle. So all of these options will come right in option 2 of the answer key, A3, B1, C2 and D4. Question number 151. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 shows all the contraceptive devices and list 2 is what do they do, these contraceptive devices, or what are the material which they are made of. A is progestasert. Progestasert is a hormone releasing IUD. Then multilode 375 is a copper releasing IUD, that is number 4. And diaphragm. Diaphragm is a contraceptive made of rubber used by females. So C will come 1. And Saheli is an oral contraceptive pill, that is 2 in list 2. So the answer will come in the option 3. A3, B4, C1 and D2. And I had already dealt with this question. Probably it might have come as a previous year question in one of my videos. Question number 152. Select the correct statements regarding cell membrane in eukaryotic cell. A. Membrane of human RBCs has approximately 52% protein. That's correct. B. Major phospholipids are arranged in a bilayer. That's also correct. C. Extensions of plasma membrane into the cell form mesosomes. It's correct, but it's not present in eukaryotic cell. It's present in prokaryotic cell. So this becomes wrong. D. Tails towards the inner part of lipids are hydrophobic and thus protected from aqueous medium. That is correct. E. Glycocalyx present on the outer surface of the plasma membrane. That's usually seen in prokaryotic cells. So we'll consider it as wrong because there are no options for that too. So the answer is A, B and D. A, B and D comes in the option 4. So children, these were NEET 2026 biology questions answers. These questions will not only be useful for next year NEET 2027's biology questions, but also they are helpful for your theory learning in your schools, for your term exams, unit tests, all the examinations. This will be useful. So you subscribe so that I can make more videos, and you comment if you want any change.